Hey everyone, Fred with Inspire Fitness, and this is the FT2. And what I'd like to do is take a couple minutes to pass along a little tip to all you FT2 owners out there to make sure your FT2 is working properly or optimally for you. This tip is related to your chrome uprights, okay? What's necessary is that they're both perfectly parallel. If they're not, it's going to make the bar a little bit more difficult to use. Because actually what can happen during the assembly process is that these uprights can get a little bit too close to each other towards the bottom, and they need to be adjusted, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So first of all, we're going to test to see if that's the issue for you. First thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your bar and you're going to rotate, and you're going to drop your carriages and your bar down here towards the bottom, maybe around number 7 or number 6, okay? Set it down here. Then what you're going to do is you're going to rotate your bar back and forth a couple inches. You should be able to do that. See that I'm doing that with just 2 fingers. If you can't, then what's happening is your uprights are a little bit too close together at the bottom, and they're squeezing the ends of your bars and preventing you from rotating this easily. That's going to make it difficult to adjust your carriages because it's going to be hard to hold them. So what we have to do is bring the bar back up, get it up here out of the way. Then what I want you to do is follow me down here, follow your chrome upright down, and you'll notice that it's welded to a flange down here. This flange is bolted to the frame, and if you'll notice, it's basically bolted with these 4 button head bolts that are actually in slots. That allows a little bit of movement here. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to loosen these 4 button head bolts along with these 2 larger bolts on your upright itself. Once those 6 are loose, we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Once they're all loose, take your bar and your carriages, rotate, bring it all the way to the bottom. And what will happen is your bar will actually spread your chrome uprights out to the right position. Test it. Once it's nice and loose, bring them back up. Now you're free to come on back down, tighten everything back up, and now you will have a FT2 where the Smith bar works optimally for you. Hope that was helpful. Thank you. Hey, all, Fred with Inspire Fitness, and I am here with the FT2 to give you a quick tip on dialing in your carriages to make sure your FT2 works for you properly. Now, what I'd like to do is point out that on the outside of your carriages, you have a chrome lever. Now, there's a chrome lever on the outside of both, and it's vitally important that both of them are angled at the same degree. So in order to find this out, what you need to do is test it. You want to take your bar, open up the safety latch, bring it down, and set it on your carriages. Next, rotate the bar until the red hook on the bottom of the bar touches that chrome lever. Now, it should touch both chrome levers on both sides at the same exact time. If there's a gap between the chrome lever and the red hook on one side, that means that perhaps in installation, one of them was knocked, and it was knocked out of whack, it was knocked out of place and bent too far forward. We need to move it back. So this is what you do. Take your bar, move it back up to the top, safety latch is on. Now, if this happens to be the side where your red bar, the hook, touches the chrome lever, that means that it was moved forward a little bit. So what we need to do is move it back, and you do that by hand. You do it manually. You actually grab the red lever inside your carriage with your inside hand, pick it up, then put your thumb right on your chrome lever and gently force it back just a little bit. Be very cautious and careful. You're actually moving the mechanism on the inside just a little bit, but you can do it. You'll feel it. It'll move a little bit for you, maybe a centimeter. And then what you want to do is bring the bar back down and retest. So bring it down, rotate, and as soon as that red hook touches that chrome lever, look, once they're both touching at the same time, you're all dialed in. Now, when you go to use your red bar and you free up your carriages, they'll both pop into the same position, and you won't have one carriage that drops down on you. Hopefully this was a helpful tip. Thank you. Hey all, Fred Hogue with Inspire Fitness, and today I am going to demonstrate the incredible FT2 multi-gym for you. Now before I get started, let me explain what the FT2 actually is. The FT2 is a combination between two of the most popular strength pieces in health clubs today, the functional trainer and the Smith machine. What we've done is we've combined these two units into one machine that offers virtually everything strength related that a health club can give you. Now we've actually taken it a step further with regards to both machines, because a functional trainer is normally just two adjustable high-low pulleys. Now what we've done here is we've actually added another set of close high pulleys above your head for lat pull down, tricep push down. Down below, you've got two sets of low pulleys so that you've got traditional seated row. You can slide a bench in with a preacher curl option and do preacher curls. So we've vastly expanded the number of exercises you can do with our functional trainer. Now, Smith machines in general require that you add free weight plates to the end of the bar. If you'll notice, if you follow our bar to the end, you'll notice there's nowhere to add free weight plates. That's because what we've done is we've engineered our Smith machine to tie directly into the weight stacks that are already on the unit. So now all you have to do when you want to use that bar is pin your weight. There's no more lugging plates around. You don't have to buy plates, so it's a savings in cost. You don't have to have weight trees around the house to waste space to hang your plates on. It's safer, it's faster, way more effective. It's just all the way around a better unit for the home. Now, let me go ahead and start with the functional aspect of the machine. I've gone ahead and taken the Smith bar and I've moved it up into the top position and set my safety latch on it. You always want to set the safety latch when you're not using your Smith bar. Get it up out of the way. Now, the functional aspect is very easy to adjust. You've got your carriages on both sides. You've got red handles right here that you can easily move with one hand. Okay? I'm going to bring it all the way to the top, both sides. And from this position, I can step out. I've got a cable crossover. Very smooth. Can turn around, grab opposite handles, and work my rear delts. Quickly and easily, take one side down about halfway, grab a D handle, step out, face forward, reach back, and you've got a core rotation movement. This works all the muscles in your core, your abs, your obliques. If you want a tighter midsection, that's the way to go. Now from here, what I can do, drop them all the way to the bottom. Now, from this point, anything you could do with a pair of dumbbells, you can now do with your FT2. Take a step out, you've got alternating bicep curls. You can do front shoulder raises. You can do a standing shoulder press. So just absolutely endless, very smooth, very quick, very easy. Now what I want to do is I want to demonstrate the Smith portion of the machine. So the first thing I want to do is I want to bring my carriages up. Now, I'm going to demonstrate the squat, which is my favorite exercise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my carriages both up to shoulder level for me. Now, next step, I'm going to open up my safety latch, rotate the bar, and bring it down until it sits on these heavy-duty springs on the top of my carriages. Next thing I want to do is I want to add my weight stacks to the bar. So I'm going to go to the side, and you'll notice there's a red tab right here on the end. I'm actually going to lift it slightly, and I'm going to move it back 1 inch and attach it to the end of the bar. This is the cable that runs to my weight stack. Now, this end of the bar is attached to the weight stack. I'm going to walk to the other side, do the same exact thing over here. And it's as easy as that. Now, my bar is attached to the weight stack, so any exercise I do with it engages my weight stacks. Absolutely incredible. This is a game changer. Now, let me go ahead and demonstrate the squat for you. And by the way, like I said, this is my favorite exercise because it's not just a lower body exercise. By squatting, it widens your shoulders, it gives you bigger traps, it gives you a stronger back because you're resting the weight on your shoulders. So, you're going to back into the bar, set it on your shoulders, You grab the bar, rotate, and once you do, you'll notice that your carriages become free. They move with the bar now. So what I can do is I can now drop down to the depth I want to go, rotate, and set my carriages down here. If you'll notice, they stay down here. Those become my safeties. So now I can perform my exercise, and I'm perfectly safe because I can't go below this level, okay? Now, when I'm done, on my last repetition, I come to the bottom, I rotate, grab my carriages, bring them back to the top, let them go. Very simple, very easy mechanism. Now, I can slide a bench in, bring my bar down, and do benching the same exact way. Very safe, very effective, and all I'm doing is I'm pinning weight. I'm not loading plates. That can be done for shoulder press, deadlifts, any exercise you can think of that you want to use an Olympic bar, you can do right here on the FT2. Now at this point, my suggestion is you go to our website, inspirefitness.net. Go to our dealer locator at the top of the page, type in your zip code, find the closest showroom to you. I guarantee you there will be an FT2 on that showroom for you to go in and try. I want you to try it for yourself. If you are serious about adding some strength and some size to your frame, this is the way to do it. The FT2 cannot be beat. I hope this was informative. Thank you. Hey all, I'm here to demonstrate the leg extension leg curl on the FT2. Now before I get started with the demo, the first thing I want to do is I want to point out the fact that I've gone ahead and I've taken the Olympic bar and I've moved it up out of the way. I've moved it to the very top and I've set my safety latch. You want to make sure that that's up out of the way so you don't bang your head on it when you're maneuvering around the machine. Now, next thing you're going to do is you're going to find this part right here. This is called a bench stop. It comes with the FT2. And what you want to do is you want to come down here. You've got a receptacle right between your low pulleys. You're going to slide the bench stop in all the way. You've got 3 adjustment holes on it. You want to go all the way to the very last adjustment hole, pop it in place. Okay, that's where you need to be. Next, grab your bench, walk it into the FT2, and what you want to do is you want to center the bench up against that bench stop. Okay. Now from here, what I want to do is I want to point out the fact that when you have an FT2 with a bench and a leg developer, it comes with a kit. That kit allows you to hook the leg developer up to the weight stacks when you do these exercises. So in that kit comes a couple of cables. I've gone ahead and I've already hooked them up to my low pulleys. That's where they go. The cables go on the bottom 2 pulleys, not your upper wide groove pulleys. Okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them and set them on the floor next to my bench. Just like that. Okay? The next step is to take your leg developer and drop it into the receptacle on the end of your bench. Now, you're going to drop it all the way to the bottom and then just lift it till it finds the hole. That spring-loaded pin is going to pop into that very top adjustment hole. That's where you want to be. Next, pull the pop pin on the bottom of your seat and just tip it up a little bit so that the seat, the top of the seat, is kind of in line with the top of the pads. Okay? Next, grab your back pad, bring it all the way up. Okay. Now at this point what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook my cables up to the leg developer. So what you do is you grab your cable and you're going to run it underneath this pulley right here and then up and right onto the hook that's on your leg extension arm. You're going to do that for both sides. Pulley, attach it to the hook. Now I am hooked up to my weight stacks on both sides. So now I can sit down. I can choose my weight. I've already pinned 20 pounds each side. Hook my legs underneath the lower roller pads, lean back, and I have leg extensions for the quads. This works all the muscles from here to the kneecap, isolates these muscles in front. Now for leg curls, for hamstrings, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my back pad And I'm not only going to go flat, but I'm going to pull this little lever right here and drop the bench to a decline. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to step inside the leg developer and lay down on my stomach with my heels hooked on the leg developer. I'm going to hang on right here, and I'm going to curl the weight back. So now I have a leg curl, which works my hamstring muscles. And that is leg extensions, leg curls on the FT2. Thanks. Hey all, Fred Hogue with Inspire Fitness, and I'm standing next to the super awesome FT2 multi-gym. And what I'd like to do today is demonstrate the weight-assisted pull-up. Now let me start by saying that the pull-up is one of the best exercises for building the upper body, mainly the back and biceps. The issue is that most people can't do a pull-up because it requires you to be able to pull your own body weight up to your chin. And it's not something that a lot of us can do. So you can't get any benefit out of something that you can't do. So what we've done here with the FT2 is we've included what's called a multi-user belt. And the multi-user belt helps anyone and everyone to be able to do a pull-up. And the way it works is very simple. You attach it to both your adjustable high-low pulleys, okay? You pin whatever weight you want to counterbalance your body weight with. So if you can do a 1 or 2 or 3 pull-ups, you might not need very much weight. If you can't do any, then you might want to move down here to 5 or 6 or 7 plates. At this point, what you do is you grab hold of these 2 handles and you push the belt down, and you can do one of 2 things. You can either put one knee on it, or you can push it all the way to the ground and step on it. Now, you reach up, and now I bend my knees slightly until I'm hovering, and now I can do a pull-up. And what's happening right now is those weight stacks are helping me do a pull-up because they're counterbalancing my body weight. When I'm done, you reach back down, put your hands inside these triangle handles, and you bring the weight up. Very simple. That's your weight-assisted pull-up on the FT2. Thank you. Hey everyone, Fred with Inspire Fitness, and I'd like to take a minute to show you a really cool feature on the FT2. It's called the weight multiplier. And basically what it does is it allows you to double the amount of weight you're getting out of the weight stack. So if you're doing heavy movements like squats or bench presses and you need more weight than you've got in your stack or your stacks, you use this really simple leverage system here. And the way it works is this. I want you to notice that on the end of the bar, there's a chrome hook sitting up high here. What you do is you grab your D handle on the end of your adjustable pulley here, and you pull straight up. And you'll notice that there's a black bolt that holds your D handle to the end of the cable. What you're going to do is you're going to actually slide that black bolt onto that chrome hook on the end of your bar. Okay? It's as simple as that. That now doubles the amount of weight that you're getting out of the weight that you've pinned on this side. You do the same thing for the other side, and you're all set. You've essentially doubled the amount of weight available to you on the FT2. Thank you.